lovers, and welcome to today's English adventure. I'm teacher Chris, and today we're diving into the world of the past simple tense. Have you ever struggled to talk about a childhood memory in English or last weekend's plans with your friends? The past simple is your storytelling superpower, so today we're going to train that superpower. By the end of today's video, you will be an expert in forming the past simple tense with regular and irregular verbs, using the correct pronunciation, and knowing when to use the tense. So sit back, get ready, and don't forget to click on that subscribe button. We regularly share free English content to help you on your language learning journey. So let's begin with how to form the past simple tense. To form the past simple, all we usually need to do is add ed onto the end of the base verb. This is one of the most straightforward aspects of English grammar. So here are 6 common regular verbs and their past simple form. Talk becomes talked. Play becomes played. Jump becomes jumped. Call becomes called. Clean becomes cleaned, and walk becomes walked. So now it's time for you to practice. Complete these sentences with the correct verb form. I, to my friend yesterday. I talked to my friend yesterday. She, the guitar beautifully. She played the guitar beautifully. They, over the puddle. They jumped over the puddle. He, his mum after work. He called his mum after work. She, the entire house. She cleaned the entire house. We, in the park. We walked in the park. As you may have noticed, all of these verbs in the past simple tense have the same pronunciation. However, this is not always the case. So next, let's learn an essential pronunciation rule. So let's take a look at 2 of the examples we just learned. Talked and played. As we have already spoken about, to form the past simple, we add ed onto the end of the verb. However, we only pronounce the D. Listen again. It's talked, not talked. It's played, not played. But when we put the verb decide in the past simple, we pronounce it decided, decided. So why is this? Luckily, there's a very simple rule to help us know when to pronounce D or when to pronounce ed. T and D. If there is a T or a D before the ed, we always pronounce ed. Here are some examples. Decided, ended, landed, hated, treated, wanted. If the letter before the ed is any other letter in the alphabet, we only pronounce the D, D. Liked, smiled, tried, etc. So those are some examples of regular verbs in the past simple and their pronunciation. However, not all verbs are quite so regular as we're about to see. So let's talk about irregular verbs next. Unlike regular verbs, which follow a simple ed pattern, irregular verbs each have their own unique past form. This obviously makes them more difficult to learn. However, I promise you that with practice, you'll be able to master them in no time. So here are 3 of the most common irregular verbs and their past simple form. Go in the past becomes went. Eat in the past becomes ate. And see in the past becomes saw. So let's see how good your memory is. Complete these sentences with the correct conjugation. I to the store yesterday. I went to the store yesterday. He, a delicious pizza last night. He ate a delicious pizza last night. She, a shooting star last week. She saw a shooting star last week. As you can see, irregular verbs don't follow the same rule as regular verbs, so it's important to memorize them to be able to master the past simple tense. If you would like more examples and a more detailed explanation of irregular verbs, make sure to check out our other video titled Irregular Verbs. You can find the link in the description below. So now let's address why and when we use the past simple. Knowing when to use the past simple tense is essential for effective communication. So let's look at the three main uses. Finished actions in the past. This is the primary use of the past simple to talk about actions which happened and finished in the past. For example, I visited Paris last week. Sequential past events. We can use the past simple to talk about a sequence of past events. For example, I woke up, I brushed my teeth, I ate breakfast, etc. Habits in the past. We can also use this tense to talk about habitual actions which happened in the past. For example, she always went for a run in the morning. Here are some more examples to help illustrate these uses. She studied a lot last night. A past action. He arrived at the airport, collected his luggage, and rang a taxi. Past sequential events. Every summer we visited our grandparents in the country. Past habits. Understanding these various uses will help you communicate in English effectively and precisely. So there you have it, a crash course on the past simple tense in English. It might take some practice, but I promise you, with dedication, you'll be a master in no time. And if you want to take your English to the next level, don't forget to check out Open English. Learning with native English speaking teachers in unlimited live classes 24/7. Well, what a better way to learn than that? So click on the link in the description to explore what we have to offer. So thank you again for joining us today on this English language learning adventure, and don't forget to click and subscribe and stay tuned for more free English content. Keep learning, keep practicing, and you will be an English pro in no time. So until the next time, thank you very much again, and see you soon.